Hi guys, it's Melissa and I am here today with my deck of tarot cards and the tarot card that has been chosen today. Now, not every card will reflect everyone. We all go through different things on different days. Some of us might be celebrating a high on a particular day, and some of us on that particular day may be going through a low. So this card is drawn for those of you who might be experiencing this today. And here's some advice that I would like to offer you from my deck of cards. So today's card is the Nine of Swords, and this card shows that there are certain people that are going through a very emotional time. And this card is showing struggling to adopt a new thought process and feeling trapped, feeling almost as though you cannot breathe. So, part of you might feel very anxious and you may feel like, I'm not sure what to do. And this card is asking you to give your mind a break. Sometimes, when we are so focused on what has not worked out for us, whether it's a past relationship or whether we have failed an exam, we tend to condition ourselves to believe that I will never find love again, or I will never pass this exam, or I will never qualify to do XYZ, or I will never, whatever it might be. But we do go through progressing beyond that, and we have the strength within us to make it work. The way we have to find the strength is we have to find that strength by reconditioning ourselves and reprogramming our mind to trust that it has brought us right up to this point and we can get through it. We can go beyond it. Now, as you can see, this card is showing someone who feels that things are just too much to handle, but the pain is more emotional and internal. It's not a physical pain that's on the outside. So you're going to have to look at what tools and what kind of mental mindset do I have with me currently. A flower will still bloom even though there are weeds around. It has the tenacity, and so do you. So you're going to have to look at what strength do I have within me, and how do I re energize myself. And the one way to do that is to actually start looking at SMART goals, where you are more specific with your goals, you're realistic with your goals, and you're motivated and you keep yourself going. Now, when we're going through something like this, it is quite hard to then think, how do I adopt a SMART goal? But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to sit down and you're going to have to take pen to paper and look at why you're feeling in this way, even if it makes you cry writing down your thoughts. Write them down, because when you reread them, you will realize that they are not as intense as they are when they are in your mind. And our mind can be our best friend or our worst enemy. There are times when our mind just plays tricks with us and it makes us believe that we're not going to get through it. It makes us believe that our best friend is laughing at us. She may just have had a giggle when we tried on a purple lipstick or whatever. We may go through certain things where we feel that I will never find love again because my ex cheated on me or I've met the wrong type of partner. We may feel a lack of belief because we may have written an exam. I mean, there are lots of people who've taken their driving test a few times and then would have felt, I just don't think I'm going to pass it. So there are times when we start conditioning and programming ourselves and we start feeling that it's not going to happen. But we then invite it not to happen by crowding our mind with random junk. So we're going to have to look at, before we take on any exam, before we take on any conversation, whether it's asking for a pay rise or discussing our relationship with our partner or, whatever it might be, sit down with your little book and then declutter your mind. Put down things that are not relevant and put it aside. So, for example, if you are looking at working on your SMART goals, be specific with what they are, because sometimes we think of goals that are not specific. We think, I want to be successful, but that's not a proper goal. That is an idea, it's a thought, it's a wish. When it's a goal, I want to be successful in this job, or I want to be successful with what XYZ, whatever it might be. So be specific, not I want to be in a relationship. I want to be in a relationship with someone who will be able to respect me, understand me, and appreciate me. Or I want to be able to pass this specific exam. And when we start conditioning ourselves to be more specific with things, we start, you know, very unconsciously cutting the crap as such. So then go move on to measurable and look at, well, I actually would use the M as being motivated. How can you motivate yourself towards it? And I would say motivate yourself in that little spurts of time when you have nothing going on in your head. Just look at a motivation that makes you feel good, whether it's putting a mantra into your head of, I can do it, I know I'm capable, whatever it might be. Believe it. Achievable. Work on things that are achievable. If you're thinking of something that is going to be still 10 steps ahead of you, you're going to struggle to get beyond the 1 or 2 steps. The next thing to look at is, are they realistic? Thinking of marrying Brad Pitt when he's already in a relationship is not going to be happening. So start looking at more realistic things within yourself, and then obviously time, yes. But it's so important for you to take control of your life, because when we just float through life without having that control of our life, we basically then giving our life to the world, to everybody that passes by, people who have just an opinion, people who may not know what we're going through, and then we end up back in the square one of feeling my life's not moving forward, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling emotional. Now, life is a process, it's a journey, and you need to take charge of it to a great degree so that you enjoy it and it becomes pleasurable, rather than floating around and then thinking, how the hell did I land up here? If you've been going through anxiety and you've been feeling anxious, I have spoken about breathing exercises in my previous videos. Basically, write down a few lines. Breathe in for as long as I read the sentence. Breathe out for as long as I can read the sentence. So write that down and then just do the breathing as you read that sentence and breathe out as you read that sentence. Just do it for about 5 or 6 times, a few times in the day. When we start working on our breathing technique, it gives us the oxygen, it gives us that balance back, and also it makes us distract ourselves from getting into an anxiety attack. Now, I do have my cards in front of me. I will answer a few questions, so if you can pop them on. And for those of you who do find my videos informative, please feel free to share them with those of you that might be going through something and would need some advice. Now, the one question I got was, is it the right time to look at moving house? And the card that's come up right now is showing it's not a bad time, it's not the best time, it's a good time to go. So, Helena, I would say go for it. It doesn't look like a bad idea. Obviously, moving house is going to be a bit of a costly thing to do. And this card is showing financially, you need to just take a bit more care with your finances before you make the step, but it doesn't look disastrous. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will speak to you soon. Take care, lots of love.